of the California Capitol Building lit up dramatically here at our broadcast location in Sacramento. Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Good evening to you, Kevin. Donovan Mitchell is precocious beyond his years. He says, I lead a lot using my voice. It's natural for me. And Coach Quinn Snyder said, the way Donovan carries himself is infectious. There's an innocence to the way he plays. He's not showboating, he's just smiling. He loves to compete. Guys?
I love his personality. That was a great story, Dave. Thank you. And a highly anticipated matchup tonight, Greg. Two teams that could not be hotter.
And the trick to winning a game like this, force your opponent to play your style of ball.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley is the point with Mitchell as the two guard. Eric Paschall out there with Joe Ingles. And it's Whiteside in at the center. And for Sacramento, and Halliburton on the wing, he's joined by Barnes. Bagley and Holmes sharing the post duties. And it's MP in at the point. Into the lane, and the dunk by MP.
And the decisiveness of MP on display. Have to be aware of his ability to knife his way inside.
Conley up top, covered by MP. And here are the Kings now. To the paint. And the dunk by MP.
No backing down when MP takes it up. He just slams it right in the grill.
Here's Paschall. 11-point game his last outing. There's the pass to Mitchell. Shoots over Holmes. Hits the front of the rim and out. And you look at Harrison Barnes shooting. It's clear he's all about efficiency.
He wants to make the most out of every touch. And he's doing just that by shooting consistently. He's clearly put in the work to dial in his shot and limit wasted opportunities.
It's his first trip to the line.
He's hit his free throws at a pretty good clip this year, 77%.
That free throw, no good.
And there haven't been too many players who've had to prove themselves as much as MP. With all the hype he had coming into the league, he had to go out and make the doubters into believers.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. Back to Conley. Fires the three. It's hauled in by the Kings.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
But if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Now here's Conley. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Halliburton finds MP. Tries again, and it's laid in by Bagley.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
Conley, the pass to Whiteside. Ingles in the corner, looking to end the run. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now, here's MP. He's got 7. Passes it to Halliburton. A 3 from MP. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. MP's got 10 points.
Off to a fantastic start. He's 4 for 5. Watch out.
Outside Conley. Here's Whiteside. Barnes grabs the miss.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Back to MP. Here's the 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
MP against Conley. Pass to Mitchell. Back to Conley. And here's Pascal. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. 4 on the clock. And Conley gets it to go. The assist by Mitchell.
Mike Conley wanted to make sure the momentum was not swinging the other direction, so he answers with a 3.
Now, here's MP. 9-point game. From 11 feet away. And the Kings take on 2 more.
Oh, great ball movement there.
MP.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And that's exactly what happened. Guys came off the bench ready to play. The offense didn't miss a beat.
Substitution here for Sacramento. Thompson, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Natu comes in for Bagley. On a heel, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Foxen for Halliburton. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group. As Azubuike's checked in, Gay comes in for Eric Pascal. O'Neal's checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Mike Conley. Kept alive. Kicks it out to MP. From outside, off the mark. Jazz trail by 11.
2 minutes.
Clarkson outside from downtown. The shot, no good. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcomes of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
Here's Gay, following the basket by MP. And that one's
Donovan
good, Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell in the mid-range, making great use of what the defense is giving him.
And they call him Spider because of that long wingspan. 6'10" at present.
The assist.
But standing 6'1", Mitchell needs that to compete defensively at that shooting guard position.
Gay outside. And a little lead that time, but it drops.
Assisted
To me,
by
this is what great
Donovan
point guards
Mitchell.
do. Donovan Mitchell demonstrating just how skilled he is at connecting with open teammates.
MP. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first
It's going to be on
personal
Rudy
foul.
Gay.
Second team foul.
And let's quickly
Shooting
check out the
for
scoring
Sacramento.
breakdown here for Sacramento.
Guys, right from
At
the
the
start, it's
line
been
for
apparent
2.
they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
I think the other thing they've had going for them is their passing. Plenty of their baskets have come off assists.
And the first one at the line is good. Butler, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And both free throws good for MP. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Azubuike up top. Back to Clarkson. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. At the top of the key, Heel. And the dunk by MP.
We're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now, here's Clarkson. A 17-point game for him in the win against Toronto. That's a 2 from Butler. Offensive rebound. Gay. And Azubuike trying to break free. The kick outside to Butler. Gets it to go from
Jared
beyond
Butler.
the arc.
Well,
For
good vision
three.
from the inside and kicking it to the perimeter.
Pass to MP. With 1 on the clock. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. MP has been leading the charge for the Sacramento Kings. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. Back to the action after this word. And the unselfishness of this Utah Jazz team, a big part of what they're all about. As we hear from All-Star Donovan Mitchell.
We got guys who are continuously making plays, and I think we thrive off of. And I think the best part about it is we don't really care who it is. I think that's what separates us from a lot of teams, and that's what's going to hopefully get us to that next step. I think that's the best thing about this team. It doesn't matter who it is. We're going to go out there and continue to find open man and play the right way.
And Frank, the depth of the Jazz obviously helping with that equal opportunity approach.
And Kevin, that's a great point. You credit the mindset, but it's also their personnel that makes it possible.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen the Kings really take control here.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you could see the results.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Butler. O'Neal is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Jordan Clarkson and Tessa Bouquet in the center position. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert may get overlooked, but his coach understands what he means to the Utah Jazz. Quinn Snyder says his presence on the floor gives us a chance. He's our most important player as far as how he anchors our team. He's the foundation. And Kevin, the way they win games, that's saying something.
He is a Defensive Player of the Year multiple times. Phenomenal play. Thanks, D.A. Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Metu. And it's Mitchell in for MP. After a whistle, we often see players demanding their coach challenge the call. Greg, were there plays you wish you could have challenged in your career?
Oh, my goodness, absolutely.
Jared
But the
Butler.
game was just so
That's
different
his
back
first personal
then.
foul.
And we had other
First
ways of
team foul.
resolving issues and letting the refs
Shooting
know
for
when we really
Sacramento.
didn't appreciate
Alex Len.
a call.
For Sacramento,
Taking
they
two
have shot
shots.
75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collect.
Coming onto the floor for
For a
the
different look
Jazz.
here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in
Shooting
for
for
Alex
Utah.
Len. That two
Mike
comes
Conley.
in for Marvin Bagley.
One shot.
Halliburton's checked in for Mitchell. And MP subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. As Azubuike's checked in, Gay comes in for Royce O'Neal. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Conley in for Butler. And that one falls for Conley. And after a down season in 2020, with some questioning if he was over the hill, Mike Conley came roaring back last season.
And the first player ever to make his All-Star debut that far into his career. It had to feel something like redemption. And I tell you, he's not done yet. Has a nice new contract to prove it.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Back to Conley. And there's the pass to Azubuike. Mitchell outside. Good on the three-point shot.
Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell's got
3.
5.
How impressive is the catch-and-shoot game of Donovan Mitchell? I'll tell you, you better be there on the catch or he's going to make you look silly.
Halliburton outside. Metu passes to MP. Here's Halliburton. Covered by Mitchell. Back to MP. Utah with the rebound. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Jordan
And they're
Clarkson.
getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
This is it to Hield. seconds left in the first half. MP, good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. A 12-point game. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. MP, no good. Now Mitchell. Over Halliburton. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And the first half is now in the books. Kings ahead. They lead by 12. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
And Halliburton on the wing, he's joined by Barnes. Bagley and Holmes sharing the post duty. And it's MP in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And Utah has possession. Down by 12. Mitchell outside. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
3 points.
Mitchell's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Utah. To the inside. And the dunk by MP.
And this has been MP's night thus far. His energy on the offensive end really on another level.
Here's Conley. 7 points in the game. Pass to Whiteside. Mitchell wide open. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks chill.
MP against Conley. And Whiteside sends it back. Conley left side. And the shot goes down.
Mike Conley.
Conley's got 9.
Well, there's a certain level of quickness you've got to contend with. Mike Conley off the dribble drive.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento.
All right, look who's coming out onto the court. Come on, get loud for your 916 crew.
Butler, he's checked in for Utah.
Your 916 crew.
Kings leading now by 6. Right side Bagley. And MP with the basket on the assist by Bagley. MP's got 31.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. Jazz working now with the fresh shot clock. Butler dishes to Mitchell. Ingles passes to Mitchell. And Utah another
Mitchell.
3.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow. And one thing you hear again and again about Mitchell is leadership, especially for a young player, is striking.
Well, coaches and teammates all agree he's a natural-born leader, comfortable using his voice, but at the same time, it's all about the team with Donovan.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Kings currently have the league's longest playoff drought. De'Aaron Fox was 8 years old the last time they made the postseason. And he says this is the most passionate fan base. So let's be special and dig out of this hole. As competitors, we want to win right now. But we know know that we're building something.
Sacramento calls
Well, they've got the
timeout.
right attitude and close to a breakthrough, many people think. David, thanks. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few
Coming
minutes
onto
and
the
a
floor
chance
for the
for the
Jazz.
players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Mitchell comes in for Halliburton. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for MP. Jazz trail by 5. Here's Mitchell. 14 points for him. Land against Butler. Shot clock at 5. And here's Ingles outside. Good. And it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 3 assists in the game. Mitchell outside. Back to Fox. Pass to Bagley. On the wing, Barnes. He can't get that one, so Utah will take it the other way. Ingles with the ball. 10 points for him. At the teardrop, Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Fox. The second chance effort, and the layup is good. And the Kings lead by 4.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. That has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's
One
his
thing that
first
stands
personal
out about
foul.
Royce O'Neal,
Second
Doris,
team
his
foul.
versatility as a switchable
Shooting for
defender.
Utah.
This
Coming onto the floor
A
for
new
the
group on the
Jazz.
floor for the Kings. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Whiteside's checked in for O'Neal. Gay comes in for Joe Ingles. Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And Mike Conley subbed in for Butler. No coverage that time.
Jordan Clarkson.
And they
3.
have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
So on the floor for Utah. Rick Pascal out there with Whiteside. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Conley. And it's Gay in at the 3 spot. For 3. And Utah
Rudy
another
Gay.
3.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. At one point, they led by 16. And Thompson kicks to MP. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gates got 4 rebounds in this game. To tie it up. And the rejection by Holmes. Hield against Clarkson. Back to Hield. And the pass to MP. Shoots the 3. Sacramento gets it back. Thompson lays it up and banks it in. Thompson's got his first points of the night. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Kings.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've gotten out on the break over and over tonight as well. A lot of baskets coming in transition.
Halliburton passes to MP, and the shot is good. And now a 6-point Kings lead.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
And the foul called on MP.
MP.
That'll be his second
That's
foul
his
of the
second
game.
personal foul.
And now let's revisit
Second
that
team foul.
exceptional mobile 1 block.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Now here's Whiteside. And no one near Clarkson as he He lets it go.
Jordan
Nailed
Clarkson,
from three-point
3
land.
points.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Conley against MP. Can't hit that one. Now the Jazz take it the other way.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunity.
MP dishes to Thompson. Three-pointer heel. Rebounded by the Jazz. Whiteside's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
The Kings leading. Halliburton passes to MP. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. That one, no good.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul.
Buddy Hield.
That's his first
That's
foul.
his first
Kevin
personal
Bagley's
foul.
checked in for the team. Barnes comes in for Buddy
On the
Hield.
floor for the
And
Jazz.
Utah with a change here, too. Ingles is checked in.
Utah
And the Jazz
timeout.
call time here.
Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise! Fans, your 916 crew! Fans, your 916 crew! All right, look who's coming out onto the court. Come on, get loud for your 916 crew.
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Michael Conley.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane.
And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris